Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on. In this episode, we're going to find out about another, yes, a second XRP ETF. Stay tuned for more on that. First, let's take a look at pricing. And the charts are just kind of hanging around the same numbers they've been for the last few days. Bitcoin sitting at 61,819 with a market cap of 1.22 trillion. Ethereum market cap of 293.53 billion. Price is currently 2,438. Tether market cap 119.78 billion. I mentioned that one today because there is news of Coinbase delisting Tether in the EU. So that will certainly impact things on the Tether front, and thus could affect things on the Bitcoin front as well. Solana sitting at 141.21 and XRP sitting at 52 cents this morning. Let's dive into some news. And first up is Black Swan Capitalist. He says here, Visa introduced its tokenized asset platform powered by RippleNet, something you'll discover when you do the research. It's clear why institutions don't talk about XRP, because when the time comes at their choosing, it'll be the most valuable and unaffordable asset out there. And he posts here, Visa introduces the Visa tokenized asset platform. It's a new product that helps bank issue fiat-backed tokens. BBVA will use VTAP to create tokens on the public Ethereum blockchain with expected live pilots in 2025. So, Visa partnering with XRP and Ripple. Great news there. METALAWMAN comes in and says today, Crypto.com preemptively sued the SEC in Texas in response to an SEC's Wells notice. The Wells notice simply reiterates claims the SEC has made against other crypto markets like Coinbase and Binance. Rather than rolling over, Crypto.com is following the Ripple playbook and responding to SEC threats with offensive tactics. Bravo. METALAWMAN says. He puts the link down there below. So the SEC continues to go after these crypto companies, and instead of explaining the rules, they're trying to shut them down, trying to get more money, whatever it is they're trying to do. Basically, slow things down so the banks can get caught up and ready for this change. So let's move on to Tony Edwards from Thinking Crypto Podcast. He says the race for the XRP spot ETFs, the narrative has changed. I thought it would have been Solana, Tony says, but the market thinks otherwise. And there, Bloomberg Crypto, he retweeted, says the race to launch an exchange-traded fund tracking XRP, the 7th largest digital token, has begun. And CANARY Capital has filed for an XRP ETF. We'll hear a little bit more on that coming up here shortly. So a lot of people thought it would be Solana next. Of course, Bitcoin was the first ETF. It shattered records. Any ETF records there were, it completely destroyed. And then the Ethereum ETF was approved. That is not doing that great from what I understand. And now XRP appears to be next on the list, but will they approve this is the question. That's yet to be determined. We'll see what happens. Smoke Dog comes in here and says this is only possible because of XRPL and ILP. Remember, Marcus Treacher, a former Ripple employee, said that the liquidity model of XRP was meant to scale to 7 to 9 billion people. Every person on Earth, 190 plus countries, all about the money. Let's take a listen to the video here Smoke Dog has posted.
We configured our technology in a way that really fits the problem of cross-border payment stability very, very well. So for the cross-border payment challenge, we created an open internet model. We called the idea Interledger. So Interledger, like the internet, supports our Ripple technology globally. And that model does not require a single universal common blockchain. It requires a very open blockchain interconnectivity. And that means that the volume is theoretically infinite. It's like the internet never runs out of capacity. Elements do, but the internet still works because it's inherently decentralized. So Ripple is the same. So we have a decentralized model which is infinitely scalable. Supporting that, we have our liquidity proposition, which uses XRP, and that's a classic blockchain. But XRP was designed from the outset for transacting. So unlike the likes of Bitcoin, which is like very slow and slows down as you continue to build on volume, the XRP model is very, very, very high speed and very high capacity. So the liquidity part is very adequately served by the XRP model. The wider network we're creating, where if you're really going to create something of value for 7 billion people in the world, or 9 billion by 2050, you've got to have a very open internet type model. And that's what you have with our X-current RippleNet model.
So the XRP and the XRPL is very much able to meet the needs of everyone on Earth, and including all the institutions as well. So exciting to hear, and we're starting to see it come into play slowly but surely. Let's jump over to Lori Reports, who is also commenting on the Xrp ETF that was filed yesterday. Let's take a listen to Lori.
The second Xrp ETF filing within the last week. I have just confirmed with the SEC documentation that Canary Capital has filed for an Xrp ETF as of today, October 8th. They are following in the footsteps of Bitwise. The ETF will provide investors with exposure to XRP without the need for direct purchases. The ETF will use secure cold and hot wallets for XRP management. Managed by Canary Capital Group, the fund will track XRP's value using the CME CF Ripple. This structure will allow the institutional and retail investors to invest in XRP through traditional finance markets while reducing complexities related to custody, security, and regulation. Now, Bitwise's filing, just like Canary's, marks a significant push in bringing XRP into TradFi markets through ETF products. The trust will rely on its custodian to maintain XRP in a mix of cold and hot wallets with strict security protocols for key generation and storage. Creations and redemptions of shares will only occur in large baskets via authorized participants who will deposit or receive cash representing XRP. Canary Capital emphasized its confidence in the evolving crypto market and its potential beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. Quote, "We're seeing encouraging signs of a more progressive regulatory environment coupled with growing demand from investors for sophisticated access to cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, specifically investors seeking access to enterprise-grade blockchain solutions and their native tokens such as XRP." Why in the world is anybody interested in XRP at this moment? Man, it's only like 52 cents. Make sure you're here joining me every day for the latest on Ripple, XRP, and where they're headed with.
So a couple things she said there. Traditional finance is going to get more exposure to XRP. That is terrific. Obviously, companies believe in more crypto than just Bitcoin and Ethereum. These institutions are doing their research, and they're buying into other tokens for sure and other projects. And it's this will really depend on what the SEC does. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Will they approve this ETF? They are battling Ripple in court. They just filed an appeal against Ripple, so we shall see. Let's move on to James Rule here, XRP, and he's got a clip from Crypto Law with METALAWMAN discussing Ripple's cross appeal. Let's take a listen to this.
I believe that the contracts where they sold XRP to institutions are not investment contracts. And I think there aren't a lot of people who agree with me on that, and that's fine. I don't care. That's kind of how I've been in my whole career, an outlier. But here's why. When these entities bought XRP at wholesale prices, meaning less than what it was trading for on retail exchanges, that was their objective, to make money as a wholesaler, just like any other wholesaler buys let's take an example. How about this one, Christy? How about oranges? What if somebody went to the W.J. Howie Company in 1946 and said, hey, man, I hear you're going to be harvesting an enormous amount of oranges. Sell them to me, and I will go and sell them to grocery stores all over the country or whatever. And I'm going to make a markup on the oranges. Well, the wholesaler's not going into business with W.J. Howie. The wholesaler's not sharing profits with Howie. They're simply receiving the commodity at a discount and going to make a profit selling it to retail. The difference between what they bought it for and what they sold it for is not an investment in the W.J. Howie Company. And therefore, that everybody in their right mind would agree that's no investment contract. Well, in my opinion, that's what we've got with XRP and these sales to institutions. They were buying the.
So I'll leave it there. You can see his thoughts on that are clearly on the side that Ripple XRP will come out victorious because he does not believe it constitutes a sales contract. So we shall see. Hopefully we'll see this cross appeal and get more news on that very soon. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel, and I will see you on the flip side.